everyone is excited. I know Zac Taylor is excited to see Joe Burrow on the field coming up on week 1, the 13th of September against the Chargers. We'll get to that in a second, but we appreciate on his off day, the coach of the Bengals is with us. How are you, Zac?
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being here, too, on the off day. And it's kind of a different week here. Let's go through what we were talking about off there, if you're cool with that. You are trying to, because everything is different this training camp, simulate what a game week will be like. Take me through what your week looks like.
So we normally like to do that in a preseason week 3, which is really where we're at right now. So Tuesday is a player day off. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are work days. Saturday we'll do some walkthroughs, and then Sunday we'll have our scrimmage. So again, we're really 3 weeks out from playing our first game. We want our guys to get a feel for the rhythm that's going to come at them very shortly. So that's so today's the player day off, and then we'll get 3 days of work in coming up.
So, Zac, you know, you say players' day off, so they're going to scatter a little bit, aren't they? And I know you have to keep your fingers crossed. Like, some of them are going to go home and their families are running around, and some of them just young single guys. What do you tell these guys, and how does that go? How does that concern you with a players' day off where they're out of the facility?
They've done a really good job so far. They've been disciplined. We've had them now for 3-4 weeks. Been proud of the ways they've handled everything. We've had some off days before. They've been mature about it. They've handled it the right way. Now kids are in school. I go home at night. My kids are in school. So we all just have to be smart about our interactions. Fortunately, we get tested every single day. We haven't had a positive test yet since the initial entry of the players coming in the building. So again, just keep preaching the discipline and not take anything for granted right now. But our players have done an excellent job.
Zac, let's talk about your quarterback. Let's talk about Joe Burrow. Have you had a wow moment yet in practice, a moment where maybe you turn to one of your assistants and go, that's the guy that we thought we were getting?
We've been very pleased with how he's operated this training camp. He's on the path that we envisioned for him. He's got full grasp of our offense, and those are the things we expected of him. It is still training camp. We haven't played against another team. He faces a similar defense every single day. So again, as you go through training camp, you try to not allow yourself to go there mentally. There's still a lot of work to do, but been pleased with the progress that he's made through the first couple weeks.
Hey, Zac, so you played quarterback. You coach quarterbacks. You're the guru, all right? And we're just showing him on the screen, and he's throwing from the pocket, and he's throwing from the run, and he can do all those things physically, and he's got enough arm. But I want you to comment about his intangibles, okay? Because, you mentioned no preseason games or games yet, but what has he shown you from an intangible stand? Leadership, being the face and the voice of the organization, work ethic, how does he lead men? Those kinds of things where you say, hey, this guy's got it, or we need to see more.
You want your quarterback to be the hardest worker on the team and an extension of the coaching staff, and he fits both those descriptions for us right now. And, he really breathes life into this offense, into this team. They see that the way he can manage the offense and the throws he makes and the command he's got and changing plays. And so there's a belief there that this guy can do some really good things for you. And it rubs off on his teammates. He's very confident. He's not arrogant. And so I think that the team believes in this guy right now. But, again, he's earned that in the way that he's gone about his work, the way he operates in the meetings, the way he communicates with his teammates on both sides of the ball. So, again, he's filling into that leadership role as well as any young player could do right now.
Is that why, Zac, that you felt comfortable weeks ago, months ago, whatever it was, saying he's the guy? Because most coaches, even if they're taking #1 overall, are going to say, hey, he's got to come in here and win the job. Competition, get out there on the field and win the job. You were able to just go, it's him. I mean, come on.
It's a different time. Had we shown up on May 10th and gotten some OTA work, you may have handled it a little bit differently. But our first day of practice was in August, and we're not going to beat around the bush. We're going to give the guy the reps. I didn't want him to be splitting reps with somebody else and not getting all the work in that he needed to get to be the week 1 starter. So sometimes you just have to make those decisions and go with it. Again, I haven't looked back. He's done an excellent job. He's been the #1 quarterback, and again, we still have work to do in these next 3 weeks. But again, we're not going to look back on that decision.
Zac, the other rookie quarterbacks that were drafted, whether it's Tua or Jordan Love or Justin Herbert, they're going to sit and watch. They're going to sit and watch somebody else play this pro football thing that we have going on. But your guy, you give him the keys to the car right off the bat. Is that an advantage or a disadvantage for a young guy from LSU?
He walks in, he knows he's the guy. He's got to earn it, which he has. But again, we believe in him. And again, he's done nothing since he's been in the building or on the field to make us second guess any of those decisions in terms of taking him or making him the starting quarterback from day one. I've been really impressed with this guy. And if you interviewed any player or coach on this team, they would echo that. And so, again, we believe in him. He's going to walk in and be our starter on opening day. We expect really good things from him this year. There will be adversity, like with any young player. But again, you got to learn from that quickly and move on. But again, been really impressed with Joe through the first couple weeks.
Hey, Zach, I promise we are well aware that he is not the only player on your team. I understand that there are 79 other players on your team, so you know that. One more of them, though, A.J. Green. Is he going to play week one? Is he going to be ready? It's just the three of us here talking.
Yeah, AJ, we gave AJ a couple days off. He practiced the first couple days. Again, I've seen a couple days of him where we know what we have in our number one receiver, and he'll be ready to roll here in the next couple days. He's going to get some good work in. Again, we're going to protect some of our veteran players here, just because we don't have a lot of depth right now, and so you don't want him taking too many reps. But we look forward to getting him on the field here this week and letting him and Joe continue to regain that chemistry that they'd already started to work on a couple weeks ago.
I like your receiving core. A.J. Green is one of the top guys, and Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins is going to be really something. But I want you to comment on Joe Mixon, your running back, because there's only been 3 running backs in this league that have more yards than the darn guy, with Gurley and Zeke and Derrick Henry. And then it's Joe Mixon. This guy's really coming into his own, isn't he?
I love his approach. He comes to work every day, brings great energy to the unit, to the team. He practices his tail off. And so, again, he's a guy we really relied on last season, the last half of the season especially. He did a great job. We put a lot on him. And, again, he had the type of year that he's had those first couple seasons. So we have high expectations for Joe, and he's had a great training camp so far.
And we will see him in 19 days. 19 days away from September 13th and the Week 1 opener with the Bengals welcome the Chargers to town. Zac Taylor, head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. Thanks for taking the time today on what is kind of a day off for you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Coach.